What's up, guys? I'm Emily Swallow. If you're looking at this, you're watching the Virtual Cantina Network. This is the way.
Oops.
Hey, everybody. Happy Monday.
Hey.
Welcome,
Hello.
everybody.
Just a heads up, we are currently only live on YouTube, so
Okay. That's the only link that I got, so.
right.
Yeah.
If I don't know,
Well,
we can share that one to Facebook, but if maybe Ashley, I'm
Yeah.
sorry to have you try to do this on stream, but if maybe if you can try to do that stream to your audience thing,
Okay, let's
and
see
see what
if
it's not too invasive. I'm gonna switch to this graphic so you're not all up on the camera, but yeah, it's a little problematic. This fine.
We're just having a grand old time tonight on Rebels Revisited. Always
Facebook really said no snips for you.
Yeah, like how dare you?
We do have Mike watching on YouTube.
Hi,
Oh,
Mike.
yeah.
He
Hi,
chose
Mike.
the proper platform, so
There he is.
we'll be. Whoops! Oh no! It looks like we lost. Did it make you disconnect?
I think it did.
Okay. Are you able to add that? Or
Add a destination. Where should I? Facebook.
It's one of the Facebook's either group or page. I can't remember.
Yeah, it says page.
And then it's the Star Wars Celebration Japan 2025.
Okay. It says you need to grant a few permissions to connect to Facebook group. So hold on 1 second, you guys.
No worries.
I assure you, we're doing this. You must be an admin of a Facebook group for it to show up here.
I already tried to get this squared away, but other people were like, "Oh, it's fine."
Poop. Okay. Well, looks like we are on YouTube tonight.
We'll share that to we'll share it to the Facebook page, and hopefully somebody who's watching could share it to the Facebook page.
Yeah.
But I'll try in a second. But yeah, we've been having some issues with connections to Facebook, which is disappointing. And sorry, I'm talking, and you guys should be on.
No, it's okay.
Hey, it's cool.
All good. All
there
good.
They are. All right.
We gotta do a little switcheroonie though. Ashley and I got
we are live. We've been live for 3.5 minutes.
Nice.
So. Looks like we'll have no choice but to run a little longer tonight. I know you guys are devastated.
Right.
Hey, Jeff, can you give us the old switcheroo here?
Oh, I'm sorry. I forgot to fix that when she came back. So I'm sorry.
A little identity crisis.
I was worrying about other things that are.
Yeah.
You're doing.
Jeff is just driving this crazy train.
I'm all on the right side and not paying attention to the video.
Yeah. It's all good.
It's all good.
All right.
Well,
so
it's because of. Anyways, I'm sorry. Go ahead.
No, it's okay. We are exclusively on YouTube, I guess, because Facebook apparently does not like us. So
that's okay.
Yeah, welcome to another episode of Star Wars Rebels Revisited. I have some new guest hosts tonight. So over here, we have the amazing Bryce with us from the Jedi Archives.
Yes, thank you. I'm very, very excited to be here tonight. Considering Rebels is my absolute favorite animation.
Yes.
The right answer.
See, you're in the best place. And over here, we have the lovely Janie.
It's me. Again. Hi again.
Look at it, back.
Back again.
We left some melee run on the porch, and she came back.
Here she is. You know it gets me every time.
Thank you guys.
Talking about Rebels
tonight. Oh, I know. Yeah. So tonight we're going to do a watch along. So make sure you guys queue up your Disney Plus for Star Wars Rebels Season 2, Episodes 3 and 4, The Lost Commanders, and Relics of the Old Republic. And Summer of Snips is just going fantastic, don't you think?
We're here to talk about clones. We can't talk about Ahsoka without talking about clones. So
It is integral.
1,000%.
Here we are.
So, Bryce, why don't you tell us about some of your favorite snips moments in Rebels? Like, which ones do you stick out to
I
you?
mean, the very first episode she shows up in, when they get on the Ghost, trying to figure out who's piloting it, and she comes down the ladder. I was like, what? Like, I mean, that was such a great moment. Period.
Yeah.
Like, and Ashley, you kind of know a little bit. Like, my little one loves Rebels. We've gone through like this season 13 times, but I had watched it prior to even her.
Yeah.
And it's like just that Ahsoka moment, like when she comes down, was great. Yeah, the Vader fight was incredible. Yeah, I could keep going. When she's fighting the Inquisitors,
absolutely badass.
Kind of yeah, I mean, it's just so many of them. Like, golly, this is incredible. And then see her at the end, right? Like, see her at the very end of Rebels, and like this whole transformation. Like, time has passed. She, it's like that's now like the Ahsoka I want to see. Like, what happened? How did she get the way she is? And like, come back to Lothal, get with Sabine, and we're like, we're gone. Like, I want to see that so bad.
And it's gonna be absolutely mind blowing to have that moment in live action, at least to me. Like, and just I'm still freaking out about it.
100%.
And so Jamie, what are your thoughts on this episode? Do you have any like pre-existing thoughts on the return of some familiar faces or a familiar face multiplied by 3?
Familiar face. Listen, so it's weird because like I was somebody when I was watching the Clone Wars, the clones. I'm going to catch some heat for this. The clones were not my favorite part because I had a really hard time keeping up with like who was who and where they all kind of went. Because they're clones. There's so many of them, right? But I will tell you from the get-go, I loved Rex. And I think one of my favorite moments in the Clone Wars when you have like teeny tiny little Padawan Ahsoka like looking up to Rex and calling him old man. She's like, what, 11 or something? And she calls him old man. He's like, yeah, right, whatever. I love the dynamic between the two of them. So, when you're watching Rebels for the first time and you see that Kanan and the whole crew get sent out to go find somebody important. You're like, oh, who's it going to be? Who's it going to be? And you're like, oh my god, it's old clones. And they
Sorry
look
to
like
interrupt real quick. Sorry to interrupt. It looks like our friend Spencer has been able to connect us to Facebook.
Oh, excellent.
So
cool.
Welcome everyone from Facebook.
Yeah, we are live on Facebook.
Sweet.
Just wanted to come in with that info.
Good old Spence.
We love to see it. Good old
Sherry,
Spence.
we are back on Facebook, but it was acting up again, so you totally got it.
It's a journey. It's a journey.
Yeah, it never ends. But I'm really, really excited to be watching these episodes tonight. Summer of Snips has been going really awesome. We have so much to talk about leading up to the premiere of Ahsoka on August 23rd. There's been a lot of, and I'm not really like convinced on it at this moment because, again, I consider the source and, Screen Rant isn't always reputable, I think. So them saying, yes, Dave Filoni confirmed that Ahsoka is Rebels Season 5. It's like, is it though? So
I don't know. Can't really be, I think, like a true Rebels Season 5 because we don't know if Zeb's going to be in this at all.
Yeah.
Like there's Zeb and Ezra's not there.
Yeah.
We don't even know when he's going to show up in the show, and so it's really more focused, I think, on Ahsoka, Sabine, and Hera. But we don't even know, really how many episodes Hera's really going to have like a super big impact on.
Exactly.
And it's for my mental health, I have to keep them separated. I have to keep the animation very separate from the live action for me. It's gonna be interesting.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah, there's always liberties taken and things just different, as that you saw with the Inquisitors and the Grand Inquisitor and Kenobi. And I did have my complaints about it, which I voiced to a very dear friend of mine, and she's like, well, sometimes writers write.
I'm not sure what I can say without getting in trouble, so I'm just going to smile and stare at the camera.
Yeah, so the feeling was felt, but yeah, it was, you know, you can only go so far, and I believe that the fact that Dave is so close with, like, he is running the show, this is his heart, his soul, his baby, I think he's going to do right, and it's not going to be just thrown in to see if it sticks and fan service. So yes, Scooby, if there's no Hondo, we riot.
Listen, I want exactly one thing. I want Hondo.
Yeah,
I want Hondo so bad. We had that episode of Mando titled "The Pirate," and I was like,
I know. Yeah. Oh my god.
Is it? Am I getting my sweet prince? Is my sweet Hondo prince showing up? I love this man. I love Hondo. I love Hondo.
Hondo's great. He's a great character, even from Clone Wars. But I think him in Rebels, I grew to like him way more than in Clone Wars.
Exactly. So I saw Rebels first, and then I went back and saw Clone Wars, and I'm like, oh, I can see why people didn't like Hondo at first. But yeah, we love Hondo. Yeah,
the unhinged chaos, and like, listen, Hondo is like really getting his like service. I remember when I first went to Galaxy's Edge, the first time I walked into Smuggler's Run, had no idea what I was walking into. Walked into that room with Hondo, and I had to sit down. I was emotional. Like, my husband's like, "Are you gonna be okay for the ride?" And I was like, "It's Hondo Ohnaka." Dan's like, "All right, let's go. Like, we're done.
But more
let's go."
importantly, it's Jim Cummings. They stayed true to the character, and the legendary Jim Cummings voiced him. So we have a few housekeeping things that we're going to discuss. So I just want to make sure you guys know that the VCN baseball jerseys, light side and dark side, are available till the end of next month. But if you want to get your orders in ASAP, please do so, because the first run is going out very, very soon. So make sure you order your light side and dark side jerseys. The TeePublic store, I think the sale is still going on.
I think it actually may have ended, but they do them all the time.
They do them all the time. So at teepublic.com/user/virtual-cantina, you can find all the VCN t-shirts, including our brand new Pride t-shirts featuring the big gay explosion. Because it's just saying things and then just having Jeff and Dave and Spencer run with them. This is what happens. This is how we get these
pictures. Very true.
And the legend of Corky Kryze, the true Mandalore, and also our patriotic shirts. So make sure you order those soon if you would like one for the 4th. Also, this Wednesday night, it is not going to be Daughters of the Galaxy. However, we are running speaking of big gay explosions, our Rebels Revisited, Jedi Archives, Daughters of the Galaxy, total mashup for the Pride episode. So it's a very special VCN Pride episode discussing.
Jamie, you, Mike, and MBO?
That's right.
Yep. That's the crew.
That's the crew.
Hashtag
BGE. Big trend. So
big gay explosion on your
Mike
screen.
Says everything is 35% off at the TeePublic right now. So
there we go.
If you haven't gotten your shirts yet, get those shirts.
Let's party.
Yeah, it's gonna be amazing, and I do need to order a couple. I've been procrastinating. I'm sorry. Yeah. Oh my God. Yes. It's trending. We're gonna make it trend. Other things we have. What's going on Thursday night? The watch along with the guys. I have my little graphic here so I can say what's going on this week. Give me one moment. Okay, so yep, it's the Clone Wars Season 2 episodes 5, 6, 8, and 11 on Thursday night with the gentlemen, Jeff, David, and Spencer.
And here's a little bit late, but here's the graphic for the Pride show.
Yeah, isn't it cool? Yes.
We do use the term gentleman loosely on Thursday night.
Oh, and yes, Kat our beloved Kat is sitting in on Thursday with the guys, so don't miss it. She'll be watching Clone Wars with them, and then Sunday, July 2nd, we have the Marvel High Republic Phase 2 wrap up with the Jedi Archives. And can you tell us anything more about that, Bryce?
So it's just going to be the Marvel wrap up. So the Dark Horse comics on the High Republic Adventures, we're getting 3 issues dropped on Wednesday, so we haven't had really much to review there, but we are wrapping up the Marvel main book with 7, 8, 9, and 10 is what was recorded. I unfortunately missed that recording, so I won't be on that show, but I know Mike and Jonathan did a bang up job, so I have all the faith that show's going to be great.
Oh, it's going to be fun. And Jamie's the High Republic's biggest fan now, so
just love it so much.
Well, Jamie, we might need to have you on this episode of Archives then.
Yes, I need to learn things.
I'm so far behind y'all. I'm so far behind y'all. But yeah, we'll talk. I love the High Republic. I love it a lot.
Yeah.
She now has pins.
Nice.
I can't be stopped. Can't be stopped.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh. You drink and learn things. Well, I don't think drinking helps you learn things, but okay.
It does dull the pain, though.
It does dull the pain, yes.
And you do need that.
All right. So since we have 2 episodes tonight,
yes, Mike.
Make sure you get your Disney Plus Brie lips. Oh yeah, is that the milk carton thing that Jamie shared earlier?
Yes.
No, is it like tech? Please say no.
I think it's worse in my opinion. But
it's that's a great comparison though. I didn't think about it till just now, but yeah, we don't know. We don't know his. We don't know.
No.
We just don't know.
Great. Now I'm gonna be stressed before I even crack open a book. Okay.
So I'm gonna let you know I once lost a security deposit in an apartment because I threw a Harry Potter book at the wall when I was really upset when things happened. It's a spoiler. It's not spoilers anymore. But anyway, I threw a book at the wall. Yeah, the High Republic is about to have like a big old dent in one of these walls. Yeah.
Well, you'll have to let me know which one you're reading.
Anyway, we'll skip that book. Accio High Republic.
Yeah.
Anyway, no, it's rough. Anyway, I digress. Well, we're here to talk about Rebels.
Yeah,
we're not here to talk about my
emotional damage. Literary emotional damage. Is there any other kind that just?
I don't know, man. Something Starlight Beacon. Something.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Anyway, let's talk about clones.
All right, guys. So make sure you get your Disney Plus queued up. We are going to be watching Season 2, Episode 3, The Lost Commanders. And we have a snazzy little countdown here. If Jeff wants to use it.
All right, give me 1 second. Where is it? There we go. All right. But before that, I did update one thing, so
cool. Yes.
Fantastic.
That's
so
that's
since
like
I brought everybody's spirits
nonsense.
down before the stream, I figured I'd boost them here.
Honestly,
the more you know.
Exactly.
Yes, Hunter, stinky is the great way to pronounce that.
Oh my God, I'm crying because in my head it was really neat idea. It was just kind of weird and silly, and then when you see it, it's just glorious.
It does up the stinky game. So, anyways, so we'll
Stinky
have a
bride, yes.
Stinky rainbow.
We'll have a countdown.
Well,
It'll be a 10 countdown. It'll start when I hit the little button, and so when you see the play button fly by, hit play, and the counter will be starting. So here we go.
Perfect.
That is brilliant. Fantastic job. The brilliance
really
just
stressful, I'm not gonna
astounds
lie.
me. Like a little kid with a toy. I'm just like, what's it gonna do now?
I would just like to say that even with the countdown, I managed to mess it up. So I'm probably 2 seconds behind. Yeah,
Yeah, same.
It's all relative.
We have Commander Sato back in.
Mm-hmm.
Obviously, the command ship got destroyed in the last episode. Thanks, Vader.
Ezra's not shy about anything ever, and I love that about him. I feel low-key love that, like, everything about Ahsoka in the background, she's just like,
Mm-hmm.
here I am.
And here we go.
If only they had more allies. If only. So, like, my favorite thing about this is that Ahsoka obviously knows exactly who she's talking about. I get that she wants to kind of keep it low-key because, like, you know, they're clones and everything. But she is sending a man with clone trauma into the clones. I think about that a lot.
Yeah.
I thought about it before we got on here today. Like,
yeah,
you know, like we're setting Kanan like ticking time bomb to go track somebody down. That's gonna have
also, I want to know how many like decapitated droids these guys are just keeping in the back room.
Yeah,
exactly
like seriously, for like tactical purposes, I guess. I don't know.
It's like a library with like a card catalog where they're like, ah, yes, this droid right here.
Found my master a few times. Oh, sassy chopper.
We got quite a few of them in Clone Wars. We got them in Bad Batch. It's only fitting they were in Rebels.
Yeah. Ahsoka, why are you so mysterious? No, I'm not talking to you. My cat's like.
Yeah, she's like, here we go. I'm throwing you right into it, Kanan. But
yeah, she goes, Kanan, you have to trust him. He's not. I know your situation and I know your deal. Yeah.
See, and I will tell you, this is why, and I've ranted and waxed poetic on it before, but this is why I didn't like that first episode of The Bad Batch, is because I feel like it really wiped away a lot of like Kanan's clone trauma. Because in the comics, and you know, knowing how you know, he was murdered by like, and not he was murdered, how Deepa was murdered by like one of her own and one of his friends. I think it wipes away a little bit of the clone trauma. That's just me.
Right.
Really love those Kanan comics.
See you later, Peter.
Yeah, they were great. Getting the Kanan comics are phenomenal.
Yeah.
Oh, Chopper, everything is on fire. Chopper's literally putting out fires.
Which is so unusual for him. It's so unusual for him. See, Mike gets me. Mike knows what I'm talking about. Bad Batch lost me on episode 1 because of that. And I'm still salty.
I'm just saying, season 2 is good. It pulled Mark back in.
Yeah, I gotta get back into it.
I assure you, stick with it. It's good.
Yes, I enjoyed the second season a lot more than the first season.
Oh, Sabine. I'd be freaked out to have that thing sitting in front of me.
Right? Like, yeah, I don't like that.
Like, the poor man, like, survived Order 66, and let's plunk a tactical droid right in front of him. Because he didn't have to deal with that.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's called consistency, Mike. They had to do it, okay? Like, it was 12. Sounds just like he does today.
Some people get hit with the puberty bus very
really
early, okay?
The Jedi, you know, it ages them really quickly or something. I don't know.
Yeah, all those midi-chlorians just mess with your hormones. I don't know.
Yeah, he just had an abnormal amount in his esophagus, and you know,
so I will tell you to bring this ship full around. Now that I have, this is going to shock nobody, but like now that I've been reading the High Republic about these Nihil ships and about how they're like pieced together by like all this random crap, I look at this and I'm just like, oh god, they're Nihil. This is what's happened to me. Like this is what's happened to me.
High Republic your life now, Jamie. Embrace it.
It's changed me.
Yes, Pep. It is like sticking a T-800's head on Sarah Conno's dashboard. Do not mess with the woman.
Incredible. Oh, there he is. Ta-da! Our king. Yay! Our king.
Bow down, bitches.
It's just a bunch of old geezers.
Get out, Zeb. We're throwing you out.
It's like a galactic mobile nursing home. Let's go. Sorry. I'm never going to be invited to one of these watch-alongs ever again.
No, you're fine. 7567. And if anybody who's in the know, 7567 is Rex's birth number. So he's CT 7567. Oh, this is just getting ugly now. But yeah, if you haven't connected your account to StreamYard, please do so we can throw your comments up on screen and know who we're talking to. Because
Yeah.
right now it just looks like a Facebook user.
Shady Pines, Ma.
Hey. So a Facebook user said hi, so we're going to say hi back.
Yeah, hi.
Hi.
Sorry about the weapons malfunction. Oh no, Wolfie, you were shooting to kill. See, they have PTSD about Jedi too.
I mean, I get it, but they were just doing their wandering thing, right? Meanwhile, they're like, "Here, Kanan, figure it out. It's probably fine." I love, like,
Thank you, Spencer.
Oh, thank you. I was like, what am I saying? Oh, yeah. Yeah, her birthday was
Their
Friday.
littles have birthdays, so.
And that's my daughter, Sabine, not like Sabine Wren. It's a, it's a thing. Anyway.
How old, Jamie?
2.
Oh, all right.
Mine
is 6.
Wow.
She's 2 going on 20. She's like a whole thing. It's wild.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, I might move the dust. Oh.
Yes, Spencer, 100%. She brushed her teeth this morning, and when she put her toothbrush and everything back, she goes, "Now that's how a 6-year-old does it."
Ooh. Sass.
So I was like, okay, well, as long as you do that every morning, we don't have any problems.
So I love that he talked about how the clone army has outserved their purpose, and like we think about Obi-Wan, like that scene with the clone with his little panhandling helmet. Ugh.
Yes.
Again, not like a diehard clone stan, but like I do love how they've been kind of represented post Order 66.
Right.
That one was really well done in Kenobi,
right?
I thought, and to have Tamora do
sad.
it was just incredible.
Yeah, that just absolutely broke my heart. And like, surprise! Here's Tem begging for change.
Yeah,
crushing all of your feels.
Are we gonna see him in Ahsoka?
Now, that little art that we saw for, I think it's for a game of Tamora in the Rex armor from Rebels. Like, honestly, if that doesn't happen in real life, I riot. Never mind Hondo.
I mean,
like,
yeah, right?
Yeah.
Like, look at him. Look at our sweet animated king. We could have this in Ahsoka, and I would not be mad about it.
Because the Ahsoka timeline is the same time as the Mandoverse, correct? Like we're that
correct.
5 years past Return of the Jedi. We know that he made it all the way through the Battle of Endor.
Retcon. Yes. Oh, David says Tamora as the Panhandling clone was amazing. I got to ask him about it like a couple days after. So that was Celebration Anaheim, correct?
Oh yeah, I think so. Yes.
Okay, so this is where this episode takes a really hard turn for me.
Yeah.
They're like going like desert fishing for this giant like.
Oh yeah.
I'm like, this isn't where I thought this episode was going, but here we are.
Homeboy's got to eat.
He's got to eat. You know.
It's a precursor to a crate dragon.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The most unhinged bit comes later, I guess. But oh, there he is. There's our boy with his sideburns.
I liked Callus. Even when
too.
Callus was with the Empire, I liked him because he's the guy you wanted to not like, which made him likable. And then when he turned, you're
Mike.
like,
hashtag hot Callus.
Listen, he is hot Callus. Get it going. Let's get it trending. Hot Callus.
Hot Callus BGE.
Listen, okay, Jeff made fun of me for looking down my lightsaber mere moments ago, but as far as I'm concerned, if Kanan Jarrus can do it, I too can do it.
Luke did it?
You guys just saw that, right?
Luke started the whole thing.
Yeah. And he's pointing it at Ezra right now.
We're both pretty and dumb. It's fine.
Oh, be nice to Ezra. He doesn't know.
Yeah, I think that's such
Jedi therapy.
That's like such a trauma response though, right? So like I think that was well done.
And him sharing it with Ezra now. Oh.
Yeah, and I know again, not to wax poetic on it, but like scenes like this and lines like that are the things that just like kill me with a Bad Batch. I'm like, for consistency's sake, we can't water down Kanan's story.
Right.
I don't know. That's just me.
Wolf, Gregor, and I'll remove our control chips. Ahsoka helped.
Yeah, I was
She
going
sure
to say
did.
that one
Yeah.
was initiated by a certain not Jedi.
I like the idea that Ezra is so willing to trust them. I think Ezra is just one of those, because you see his reaction and how he interacts with like animals and how animals instinctively trust him. And I think he's just like a really empathetic kind of kid who is just a really good judge of character with stuff like that. I don't know. I'm a big fan of Ezra just being totally on board with wanting to hang out with the clones.
I think there's something about Ahsoka, and it's great that you mentioned Ahsoka and her connection, and Ezra's connection with animals, because where she's got, obviously, Morai the Convor is such a huge familiar for her, and the spirit of the daughter. I think Ahsoka gives off that vibe to Ezra, and he can sense that animal life within her, and he trusts it. It's an innate trust. And if she trusts Rex, then he knows that Rex can be trusted.
Yeah.
This right here is where the episode really went, oh. Like when they use Zeb as bait, I'm like, what?
Yeah.
It's so bizarre. It's like the last of his kind, and they're like, yeah, just feed him, it's fine.
Poor Zeb.
Chupa loveless size.
Oh, Gregor, you're...
It's the tank top for me. I can't get past his tank top. He's just like...
I love all the animation that just shows what happens, like when you tan and you get like the freckles on your skin.
Yeah. He's just, listen, when you live in Florida, this is what every old man looks like going to the beach. He's
just walk
Very
around
true.
in Disney for 5 minutes. This is what you got.
old man.
Very
Gregor.
true.
Dang.
The electric fishing line just gets me every time. Like, it doesn't do anything to the prey here at all.
Ouch.
And they're just so excited. They're like...
Big bongo.
This is the kind of shit I love about stuff I love about Star Wars. It's like, it's so unhinged and so dumb, but you're like, I'm so invested in this.
Yeah, it's very Mad Max. Meets clones. I love it.
Exactly what it is. That's exactly what it is. Yeah. Hand the very dangerous weapon to the kid. That sounds good.
Poor Zeb. Ezra's like, yes, electricity.
It's also dawning on me that I think I'm a couple seconds behind. But like when they call Kanan General again, like,
yeah,
poor Kanan. It's just
a lot of trauma.
Yeah,
it is, and it's like, I don't know. I get like face your demons and everything, but man, it's kind of a shisty thing to do to just shove them right into it and say, "Here you go, relive a terrible memory."
Something that you.
But we do get that. We do get that turning point later, though.
Yeah.
We do. I know.
Do get it.
I love drawing this version of Rex. Like, it's so cool, and that little scar on the side of his head. It's like
Star Wars is all about childhood trauma.
That's true.
Yeah.
And daddy issues.
Yeah, it was with the meme with was it Tyrion Lannister's like, I got problems with my dad, and then goes over to Luke and Aunt Beru and Uncle Owen sitting there at fried Krispies, and he's like, "Oh yeah, real cute."
Sabine the mechanic.
Sis knows what's up.
Mm-hmm.
Also, this is like a season 2 Sabine hair appreciation moment. I think blue hair Sabine is like my second favorite, like hair Sabine.
Yeah.
Second to purple and white.
Which that was season 4, correct?
Yes.
Yes.
It sure was.
That is
there he
that
is.
is my favorite.
Season 3 into 4, and then she dyed it black over
The dark,
that.
yeah, the dark hair. Yep.
Yeah.
Bingo bongo.
He's just way too excited. And
I will
honestly,
tell you,
Zeb
even
is-
in animation, that thing is scary.
I know.
I don't like
Dave
that.
Filoni
So many
does like
eyes.
his Kraken. He loves his giant kaiju and his monsters and stuff. So
Too many eyes. I don't trust anything with that many eyes.
It looked like
It's
a
not
giant
ice cream.
caterpillar.
Zeb is like the Drax of of
It really
Rebels.
is. Really is.
Although he doesn't look happy to be covered in slime.
No.
Mike thinks we need the other troopers' tee or a tank top on.
Oh, Gregor's tank top? Yes.
Yeah.
Totally
We'll have to
cool.
look at
Hi,
Yeah?
Lon.
steal any designs, but yeah.
Yeah, that'd be awesome.
Just slap the BCN logo over it. You're good.
Exactly.
It wasn't so bad, Kaden. I totally did it. I know.
It's huge. It's bigger than the walker that they're on.
We are on episode 3, and we are 16 minutes and 48 seconds, as you can see right there above Jamie. The timestamp that we are on right now.
You know what else I super can't get behind in Star Wars because they scare the crap out of me? Probe droids.
Oh my god! So my friend Michael McMaster made that life-size one that was at Celebration Anaheim
Don't
last
like
year.
that.
It's unbelievable, like to just look at it and be in awe of it in person. But oh my god, yeah, those things are terrifying. It's probably the first droid I've seen that I've been afraid of.
I like them.
Okay,
I can't do
so
that.
yeah, so Hera talking about Ryloth and the whole like, yeah, we love our clones and the clone saved us on Ryloth. Like, I don't know. So I will say, in defense of the Bad Batch, I'm glad that we got that, and I'm glad that we got that one hot clone that I can't remember that looks like a Mountain Dew Baja Blast. Baja Blast Man, that's what I called him.
Hauser?
Hauser,
Yeah,
yeah.
Hauser, that's his name.
Hauser is amazing. He just
Baja Blast Man to me because his armor just looked like Mountain Dew. But anyway, I do think that that's important though, because like if anybody's going to trust the clones, it's Hera's probably the one with the least amount of ill feelings about them.
Yeah.
Yes.
And even Rex's
100%.
armor looks a little Baja Blasty. It looks less navy and a little more Baja Blasty. Maybe it's just the yellow light he was standing under. It just looked a little teal to me, but yeah.
I can't even take credit for that. I think I saw somebody post something about it on like a social, and I was like, "Oh my god, he really does look like Baja Blast."
Oh yeah.
So now that I've seen The Mandalorian, is his Kanan's shoulder pauldron? That looks like a Death Watch, a piece of Death Watch armor to me.
I always thought that too. I always thought that too.
It's got the Death Watch symbol. I need to reread my Art of Rebels book, which, by the way, I highly recommend to anybody who loves the creative process and Rebels.
Mine's right around the corner.
I was gonna say mine is sitting right next to me. I could do the slow reach and see if I could find it. But
she's gonna be like,
"That's the ADHD talking."
No, it's fine.
You got to know now.
Uh-oh.
I'll do it.
Uh-oh.
Hey, if you got to scratch the itch, just go for it. Go for it.
Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Damn it. Wolfie, what are you doing? Ugh. And they're not going to find out because you'll be helping them and you'll be safe. You baby.
Yeah.
But again, not to beat a dead bantha here. I mean, it's a trauma response, right? Because like Wolf like followed all those orders for so long. Ugh,
this whole episode is trauma and getting past it.
Trauma. Yeah. But it's a lighthearted kid show on Disney XD.
Meanwhile, we're sitting here like, oh.
Yes, that's right. Disney XD is where this was
Yep.
hopped on.
Dang. Get him. Get him.
See ya.
Speaking of Disney XD, get him. Get him.
Pew.
Perfect shot. Those two are like the unlikely friendship of the series, but yeah.
I like the odd couple.
Like Zeb and Gregor, like they're just weird and like yay about things, but yeah.
The Phantom is literally the most abused ship in Star Wars Rebels.
Yeah.
Facts.
Both of them.
I don't know, Juan. You saw that that probe droid in person that Michael McMaster made.
Always sad when a droid dies.
Did he have that? I wonder if that's the same one that was brought to London.
Someone in London made the same one. They're friends, so I think they shared.
There's at least 2 or 3 versions of it.
There's
Got
2
it.
of them
Okay.
for sure.
So how quickly are we going to the next episode?
We can take like a little 2-minute break and we can start up the next one.
Cool.
So yeah, that episode was just, past traumas, both in unexpected people with, Wolf and with Kanan and Zeb. Yeah. He did say it was PG-13. So make sure you pause before you start the next episode. We're gonna wait a minute or two and just kind of talk about the episode a little bit. Stop. There we go.
Yes, thank you, Mike. Because listen, I wasn't gonna say it because I talk about Batu way too much, but the one so Hours on Our Coast is also right by the Freshers, and that thing scares the crap out of me. It's so scary. It's up in a net, and it's just oh, I don't like it. I don't like it.
It's just menacing. We've been from a very young age
cool on Batu.
Yeah. The OT, we've been conditioned that probe droids are bad. They're gonna spy on you and they're gonna rat you out to the Empire. And so I think that's stuck in our heads whenever we see one, whether it be on Batu East or West or at a con when one rolls by you.
Well, both the Batuan ones are pretty shady. Well, one's technically over Batu. But when you're on Rise of the Resistance,
I was gonna say the one on Rise.
And then you have the one that Mike was talking about in the net in the alleyway or whatever.
Yeah, the droid depot
behind Droid Depot, where all the other droids are getting oil baths and worked on and stuff, and their feet burnt or whatever they do to droids.
Right.
Anyways, It is pretty menacing up there, though. Even though it's captured and in a net, it's still got that whole
it's still recording you.
Droid boy, it's still got that look and that vibe. So
I have a theory that there's a camera in it and it films people as they walk by.
That would be fun.
It's Disney, so
let's hide our creative cameras in the best way possible.
Yeah.
So it's this episode, like I said, it talks about trauma and both with the clones and the Jedi, but also the Empire versus the clones. This is them being traumatized, and they were so easily discarded by the Empire once, Palpatine took over. They have that built into their heads too. So this is just PTSD everywhere.
Well, I think it's a good reminder, like you said, right? We see, this is the first time that we see in Star Wars how the war is affecting normal people.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And it's also affecting, abnormal people that were once a huge asset to the Republic and
soldiers. Yeah.
Everybody's replaceable or expendable, as the case may be.
Right.
But not to Plo Koon.
No.
not
Not
to Plo Koon.
Plo's bros. Plo's bros.
Still, it amuses me to no end every time there's like a hidden character or something, and Dave's like, "Oh, it's Plo Koon in the show," and it's somebody else completely.
Yes.
Yeah.
Those rumors are great, though.
Yeah, they are. It's always fun, and it's nice to
Yeah.
see Rosario Dawson's face when she turns around and Mark Hamill standing behind her, and she's just like,
True fan
Yeah.
moment. That's the other thing. It's true fan moment. It wasn't staged.
Absolutely. And with these episodes, I think it is also fan service because it's like, hey, we know Rex and Ahsoka were like the best of friends despite being like commander and captain during the Clone Wars. Like they have that bond. And as we see in Clone Wars season 7, she saved his life just as much as he saved hers. And they're alive because of each other. And yeah, as
Well,
you
Clone
can see.
Wars.
Oh, go ahead.
Sorry, I was gonna say Clone Wars season 7 aired after this season,
Right?
So
but
I think
a lot of the animatics were done, and they just had to like fix the story.
I think it definitely makes that reunion moment a little more impactful, because you know the end of season 7 of the Clone Wars, everyone like nobody made it out of that with a dry eye. Like it was super emotional and like. You know, everything that they've been
just thinking about it.
Yeah, right. Exactly. So like everything that's kind of happened to them, and then when you see them have this reunion, you know, if you're watching sequentially, if you see them have this reunion in season 2 of Rebels, you're just like,
we are.
Yeah. And it, you know, it gets you. It gets you
in the feels. Okay. So without any further ado, make sure you get season 2, episode 4 queued up on your old Disney Plus. So you can watch more of Mad Max. Mad Max, Cloney Road.
Thunderdome.
That's it. The Thunderdome.
Tina Turner's going to show up any second now.
Oh my God, stop
it. Too soon.
But it's the lady from Cy Snoodle's band with like the crazy hair and the purple stuff. I can't remember her name. My friend cosplays her. And
I know who you're talking about. Yeah.
But you know what I'm talking about, right? And then
listen,
Max Rex,
I am here for that reunion.
And also
we didn't see a body, so Max Rebo's not dead.
So we have
Sorry.
Bruce, I cannot remember his last name, but he played the guy in like the little pedal helicopter and Mad Max. And he comes in as a oh my God, I'm blanking on the name. The Utapauan. The Powan from Utapau. With a giant headpiece. Anyway, I am just getting ahead of myself. So yeah, listening to me ramble. Somehow Max Rebo returned. Okay.
Listen, we didn't see
he's alive, Spencer. He's alive.
He's alive. You didn't see a body either time.
My sweet boy. He's alive.
Okay. So we will start. I don't know if you want to do another countdown, Jeff.
Yep.
Oh, I think we should.
The countdown's
Here we go. Everybody ready? Here we go.
Yeah.
For the record, I messed that one up too.
Yeah, I did too.
Yeah, me too.
Okay, good.
Well, if we all messed up, we're all on the same page, right?
Perfect.
Yeah. That's the way we look at it.
Yeah, you know.
Yeah, I've always said that the timer option is really just a suggestion, but you know, it's kind of a ballpark figure. Ballpark too, anyways.
Ballpork figure. None for me, thanks. I'm Jewish.
Cesar says we were waiting on Stinky.
That's funny.
It can happen at any moment.
You just never know when
any moment.
This will never not be amazing. I will never not celebrate this. I have no idea.
Got over me.
It's the perfect time when we have Frozen Spencer to have that go across the screen, and then by the time it goes across the screen, he's back.
I'll have to keep that in mind.
I scared my cat. She just ran across my lap and made sure she dug all her claws into my leg.
Well, I separated out the audio for the more you know thing, just so that everyone could hear you guys reacting to it.
Perfect.
It's always fun to hear people
We'll
enjoy.
make sure to play that again before we end the show.
Yeah.
Because it's beautiful. I always find a way to latch on to the most ridiculous things. Like the Monty Python spam skit. I had a can of spam in my room for like 5 years because I loved that skit so much. So somehow me being latched on to Stinky Punky Muffin is just like, okay, that's
So,
what
like,
happens.
We need to take a moment to appreciate.
Spam was
that there's
probably
only-
good too. Sitting there
Yeah.
for 5 years, it was probably still fine.
I don't
that's
eat spam.
disgusting.
That was the irony of it. I had no intention of eating it. It was just decoration in the
Right.
can.
There you go.
I cannot believe that not a single one of us mentioned the fact that Hera is the only person that can power down the most menacing droid in the entire galaxy.
Facts. She saved his life. He owes her a life debt. Just saying.
And I love that
That's
he's
true.
pissed, but he's like, okay, and he just powers down.
Yeah.
Listen to
He's
Space
definitely-
Mom. Sassy boy.
Love to get a
the
live action
galaxy's worst
Chopper
liar.
and R2. You get a live
DC
action Chopper and R2
36.
miniseries.
Oh my god.
Don't
Sign
talk
me
to me
the
or my
hell.
son ever again.
Sign me up for that, please. Oh, way to go, Wolfie. Ugh.
The fact that that thing is just hanging off their ship is the most ridiculous thing, and I love it so much. Okay, Chop, you're.
Ugh.
Uh-oh.
Oh, face. Face.
Yeah.
Callus, you're just rude.
Why not?
Oh, we are at exactly the same place. All right, we all screwed up together, and I love that for us.
Yeah, it all worked out.
We were
Yeah.
good, yeah.
It was like we all looked at the nice logo that comes on and said play. We just looked at it and was like, wow, that looks really good. Oh, maybe I should do that.
Yeah. We were supposed to do something. Is it telling us something?
Yes. See, Jeff didn't
Just get
remind
that
us like
blue wheel.
last time. He said, when you see play, hit play. He didn't remind us this time, so
Right.
we were a little,
Oh, well.
little late.
Try to remember that next time. In a few weeks. I don't know.
Frank A. Mains, he comes up as Facebook user. Yes, there will be a division of the VCN family at Boston, Fan Expo Boston this August. There will probably be a virtual Cantina meetup there, so you're welcome to join.
I
will.
do believe that's confirmed, Ashley. I think it's going to be at the same place it was last year.
Cool. Awesome. That was a fun
Spencer
time.
can correct me if I'm wrong, but I'm
Yeah.
pretty sure I'm on it.
Cool, cool. Yeah, I will have a table in Artist Alley, so I will be there. Trying to smuggle myself away from the table so I could go eat Rosario and possibly Hayden. But yeah, we'll see how it goes. So if anyone else is going to be at Fan Expo Boston, please let us know so you can join the meetup. I love how Zeb is just like, I love these guys. Like he's just like they literally fed him to like a giant sandworm, and he's just like, these guys are
It's cool.
amazing.
It's fine. Not the
They have
first time.
cannons. Awesome.
Okay, so here's the thing. I love so much of the design elements for Rebels. So many of the design elements for Rebels. I love them so
Totally.
much. The helmets in this show, it's not even the helmets, it's the headwear in this show. Because remember that episode in like what, season 4, when they all go undercover and Kanan has that ridiculous
Yes.
floppy hat thing?
Oh
And
my
then
god, yes.
Callus's helmet is the dumbest thing I've ever seen. I'm just gonna say it. I love Callus. That ain't it.
Yeah,
You know?
but when you see Thrawn wearing the same one, it's just like
also
ooh.
stupid. It's just the most
Ooh.
ridiculous thing.
Forgot about that.
Yeah.
I think it was like one of those memories I was just like I had repressed because it really is ridiculous.
It's like a
Even-
hair that perfect and you put a helmet on it. What are you
Even
doing?
Even the Force Moose was like, none of this, sir, none of this.
The Force Moose. Is that what you call Bendu?
Yeah, I've never called Bendu by his real name. He's always the Force Moose.
Perfect.
It's fine.
Sports Moose. Actually, it might be the first time I've ever heard of him called the
He
Force
he
Moves.
looks like
Yeah,
Luke.
I like that a lot. Way to go,
I
Jamie.
again can't take credit for it, but it was definitely one of those things that I said I'm going to make this my whole personality, and I just started calling him the Force Moose.
I love this helmet on Sabine. This is the season 2 helmet, which I just happen to have sitting over there.
This is what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Ezra, great helmet. Sabine, great helmets. Kanan's Lothcat helmet, perfection. No
Oh,
notes.
I need one of those.
Oh yeah,
Like, and then there's Callus.
And his cheese grater to his head.
Spencer, you going for the
Or
Rocky and Bullwinkle
colander.
there?
The Force Squirrel. Well, can we? They're not really Force users, I guess. I'm like, can we use those little droid gremlins from the sequel trilogy? Can they be the Force Squirrels? I can't remember what they're the as something Star Wars.
Oh.
Oh, there he goes. Clunk.
Drop the jupa. Aww.
So sad
big
when
Congo.
they do that.
God, it's so bad.
Ugh.
Guys, the helmet protects his sideburns.
Those were critical at this juncture in his career.
I mean, he spends a lot of time effortlessly etching them
I'm
out on
sorry.
his face. I mean, we get to see
Incredible.
his morning routine. I mean, it looks pretty sterile. So he just spends a lot of time on that.
Oh, the awful foreshadowing of saying, we're all blind.
Yeah.
Kanan, do something about that. We're all blind.
Yep.
Use the Schwartz.
This is definitely my favorite part of the episode here.
For sure.
So good. Again, Mad Max Fury Road. and this guy is Morton Joe. Gasoline.
These are the moments when I think to myself that the Ghost really is the greatest ship in all of Star Wars, and I love it more than anything.
Facts. Sorry, Millennium Falcon.
Not even close.
Not even close. Oh,
Not even close.
Chopper, you're so sassy.
There is a
I'm
great
still a
episode-
Falcon guy, but the Ghost is definitely right.
There is
right
a
there.
great episode of Forces of Destiny where Hera and Han have a little pissing match over whose ship is better. 10 of 10, highly recommend.
Ooh,
I have not seen
Spencer.
that one.
I'm trying to remember now. It's either. It actually, now that I think about it, it may be a comic, but it's like one of the Forces of Destiny comics. But it's definitely in Forces of Destiny.
Spencer, stop that now.
Yeah, seriously. I might have like just resigned myself to mail my wallet over to Hasbro if that happens. I am not kidding. I will just mail my paycheck in and be like, "Here you go."
Smells awfully expensive up in here.
Yeah.
Oh, but you know what? I would like day one. I'll be like, "Sign me the fudge up," because I just I will cry. I'll just put it on my table and be like, "Oh, it's so beautiful."
Okay, so thank you, David, for understanding that. Yes, 110% agree. The Ghost and the Falcon are definitely characters. They are not just ships. I mean, there's even a line There's even a line. What is it? Maul, who's like, "Oh my God, this is actually your house. You people live here." And we're
Yeah.
like, "Yeah." They're basically space hobos. Like, that's the best thing about things.
Right?
They're like
It's
this ragtag
literally-
bunch of space hobos.
The Space Winnebago. No, the Falcon is the Space Winnebago. That's why it's literally a Winnebago and Spaceballs. But yeah, it's just
Which is also a great
Amazing.
ship as well.
yes. I remember when the Razor Crest HasLab went out and my ex bought one and we were all excited and it finally came in and then boom. So I'm now like, don't open the box. It's perfect. Oh.
I missed out on that.
Yeah. I have the Proton Pack. I jumped in on that one because 6-year-old me would have been really angry if I missed it. So
Nice. Yeah, Spencer and David got one too.
I just need to get a Neutrona wand. Okay, they are in a sandstorm. They're surrounded by the Empire. These pilots have lights, and they know exactly where they are. What's going to happen?
It's crazy, but it's probably our best chance. There it is, folks. Star Wars Rebels. All 4 seasons. It's crazy, but it might just work.
Yes. Oh.
Sabine,
Oh,
spot
that
him.
throws him the helmet.
Ugh. And it's all Ezra can do to not graffiti it with Sabine.
Right.
It's fine.
That helmet is so cool. I swear to God, if Denuo Novo, Mark, throwing it out there, wink, wink, ever came out with the Captain Rex helmet, like literally.
I'm surprised they haven't.
Yeah, I'm
Yeah.
shocked too.
Yeah, I'm surprised.
In my mind, it's one of the most iconic helmets in all of Star Wars.
Mhm.
Facts. It's so good. With the J
Lego
guys.
just did it.
Don't miss.
No pressure.
None. None whatsoever. How are those joints not rusting up in the sandstorm? Like, doesn't sand get into the gears and to everything? Like, I just don't know.
According to Anakin. It
Something,
definitely does.
something, space, something, something, space.
Oh my
I
God,
also-
David, don't make it more expensive than I can make. Oh, man. You know, I haven't even unpacked it yet. It's still literally in the box. Yeah.
Very true, David. Very true.
And it's a very expensive hobby to be a Ghostbuster. I have a friend who is one in Rhode Island, and yeah, it's very expensive.
Yeah, we've got a lot of representation around here. In northern Michigan now, we've got a whole
Yeah.
chapter and stuff. It's pretty cool. They were at our
God.
local comic book convention over Memorial Weekend. They had a pretty good turnout.
Motor City.
No, actually, I've got one in my own town in Traverse
Oh,
City
cool.
in northern Michigan. Just a little one, but yeah, we got Motor City Comic Con, Capital City Comic Con.
Yeah.
The
So, Ezra couldn't see with the helmet. He had to take it off.
the Southern California Ghostbusters were at Monster Palooza in Pasadena a few weeks ago, and I was wandering by and noticed one of the guys there was actually an actor from one of the theme parks here in LA.
Oh wow.
Knott's Berry Farm. So it was interesting to see him,
Yeah.
from character to character, as it were.
That is cool. Sometimes you just go with what you love. Yeah. You do. She's sitting in my lap purring at me.
I think the best thing about watching Rebels with subtitles is watching them try to subtitle Chopper.
Yeah. Grunting angrily.
Yes.
Mutters
Yeah, you'll
darkly.
see some very interesting subtitles for the different characters in these shows. We've enjoyed that quite a bit over the different watch-alongs.
Always trying to figure out what they're exactly saying is one of the best parts about it. I don't want to give this helmet back, but I will.
That's called character growth.
I don't steal things anymore. Yay. That was the hardest thing he ever had to do.
Was not steal a helmet.
Yeah.
Oh.
Me too. I don't remember these walkers being that mobile
Yeah.
in Clone Wars or even in Attack of the Clones that they are now. You turn that thing on a dime.
They got that Imperial cash now. I don't know, but I don't even know. The 2 hours of sleep is starting to really show.
Wolf's helmet is another really awesome one.
Yes.
I love
Yeah.
that design.
Wolf, Rex, and Cody.
And also Hauser. And now the Bad Batch. All of the Bad Batch.
Yes.
Baja Blast Man.
Baja Blast Man.
Remember when I told you I couldn't keep track of the clones? That's why I started giving them stupid nicknames. It really helps. It's just
Facts.
and then when the Bad Batch did come out, I couldn't say any of their names because I was so enamored by how Omega would say them. Tick,
Yeah.
Hunter. Like it was just
yeah.
literally that's the only way I could say them.
Yeah.
Somewhere my friends who are obsessed with clones are ready to disown me.
I am not obsessed with clones, but I do appreciate them, and I love the Bad Batch. Like Bad Batch are like,
yeah.
It was the thing I had to get at the Lounge Blood booth at Celebration. So first thing in the morning, I'm there, and I'm like, I need my Hunter backpack and my Wrecker backpack and the matching wallets, please.
Oh yeah, I remember. Yes, I do remember that. That was last year, right? Ashley?
Yep. And I have
One last
Omega
year?
ones too.
They actually did the armor this year, which that one
Yeah.
turned out really well too.
It looked pretty cool, and I'm glad Emily got one.
Oh, she should have. Yeah, that should have been an automatic.
Yeah, you
Been a
all
great
feel
ambassador.
bad. You all feel bad.
Thank you, Jeff, for validating my stupidity. I appreciate that. See, I do these things because in my head they're super funny, and then everybody around me is like absolutely mortified. So thank you for validating that.
Have you watched the Thursday Night Watch Along?
Oh, I've seen enough. I've seen enough to know.
It was 30 seconds. That was good.
David, you
That's
have
why
to show off that crosshair helmet.
Oh, get him, Zeb. Yeah.
I like it when it's Dave and Jeff.
Now, did you hear Rex say just like the old days? With Chewbacca breaking into the walker. Just saying.
There's something magical about watching Zeb like crush two Imperial heads together like they're melon. It really gets me. So poetic.
Does that quite well. Yeah, David, your guys' photo op, and then your little cutout of Jason was pretty good. I'm glad you guys edited the the plexiglass out of it.
Freaking Mike did that edit on the fly on his phone like 5 seconds after I emailed the copy out to everybody who was in the shot.
Oh my gosh.
He did such an amazing. I went in like the next day or something on Photoshop, and I was trying to, I was thinking of doing it because I was like, maybe I can do it better. I'm like, I can't get it as good, and it's going to take me an hour.
Right.
Just the way whatever app he was using or whatever however he did it, he did a very, very good job. It looks just like fine. So
Chopper waving from the window. He's so excited. He's like an
Mike,
excitable
I think
puppy.
you're Jeff's hero.
Oh, he's so
what I got
cute.
out of it.
Hey, you lived.
Congratulations, meatbag. You didn't die.
Yeah.
Oh. But things are getting spicy.
Yeah.
Constantine. And here we go. The premiere of The Fifth Brother. And Philip Anthony Rodriguez. This is his first time showing up on the show. We love him. He was our very first guest on Rebels Revisited.
That was a great interview too.
Thanks. He is the coolest.
Yeah, he was very pleased to be there, it seemed.
He looked like he had a fantastic time, and that's all that matters.
And we did too.
Here we go. Here we go.
I think this is the one line in all of Rebels where Ashley Eckstein really does sound like Clone Wars era Ahsoka, and I think that's by design. I'm glad you're not dead.
Yes.
That's how you say I love you in Star Wars.
I know.
And she's his height now.
Thank God she's actually wearing more clothes too. I still have a lot of issues with that Clone Wars tube top.
Thank you. I was talking
Too
about it
many
the other
issues.
night. It was really rough. Again, George and designing costumes. We went into that with poor Padme. But yeah, that was Relics of the Old Republic, and one of my favorite episodes of the series, the reunion of Rex and Gregor and Wolf with Ahsoka. And also, it's a big step forward for Kanan, not leaving the clones there to die, deciding to go back and save them and to complete the mission that and the promise they made to Ahsoka to bring her friend home.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's love it.
It's like that the whole Kanan going back foreshadowing for a bigger. I think that bigger moment that comes up.
Right. Yeah, that episode is also like anytime you get Rex and Kanan together, they just cause chaos. Yes, thank you, Mike. It is a great batch of episodes, and I'm so glad we get to talk about them. Like, yeah. I'm sorry. I just love these episodes.
It was definitely, it's definitely nice to see them back, for sure.
Yes.
And I do agree that I think the episodes later on get really man, I'm like just scrolling through now. I'm like, hey, let's watch like 2 more. It's fine.
Right.
Throw 2 more on. No, I'm just kidding. I've been up for way too long. I can't handle 2 more episodes.
Just
yeah.
story driven. The story behind Rebels to me is it's fantastic. I didn't even care about like the animation compared to like Clone Wars. I know that was a big thing with a lot of people's the way the lightsabers did. Like none of that mattered to me because the story was so well done.
Right.
And being an original trilogy guy and like knowing this is taking place right before, we get Luke and Leia and Han and all that. Like to me, that's what made this the greatest.
Yeah.
Everything just had such good points here. Storylines were so well done.
And this also I feel like was the beginning of Disney really exploring how these galactic conflicts affect, like I said earlier, how they affect everybody. It's not just, the Jedi are affected, the clones are affected.
Hey, Peter.
Good night, Peter. We're seeing how like quote normal people are affected and reacting to the Imperial takeover. And are they fighting back or are they just going to roll with it and be okay with it? My favorite arcs in all of Rebels actually are the ones that take place on Ryloth. Because Ryloth is explored in the Clone Wars, ironically, with Mace Windu, who is Kanan's grandmaster, I guess, if we're going to use that term. But then seeing them again through Hera's eyes, and what Hera's struggle looked like on Ryloth, and how Ryloth is still in conflict, I think is really fascinating. Has nothing to do with Ahsoka or Rebel or the clones, but I do love it.
It is always good. And it also, I think these 2 episodes, again, it goes in with trauma and stuff, but it also, like, it mirrors our own veterans and how people have issues with the VA hospitals and getting the services that they need as veterans. My dad had to deal with that. I'm sure many other men and women service people have dealt with that too.
Very
So
true.
the fact that Callus is so cocky and is like, "Oh, you're expendable," but ultimately he becomes expendable to the Empire. I think that would be a very sharp wake up for him.
There's a reason why the Empire leans so hard on that cog,
right?
that cog icon. But no,
Bye,
this one,
Sarah.
bye. These couple of episodes are also great because it's like you see the beginnings of assembling the team that will, hopefully make the greatest impact and the most direct hit to the Empire. We've got the Ghost Crew officially joining in with the Phoenix Squadron, and we've got Ahsoka on board as Fulcrum, and now we've got some clones on board. So it's just every episode and every arc gets a little bit closer to having that team that eventually is going to, be in the finale, I guess. So
absolutely, and they're going up against their second greatest threat, as you see by the appearance of the 5th brother. and
Yep.
the Inquisitors.
David.
That.
Listen,
Oh my god!
everything,
So angry.
Baby-sized handcuffs.
everything that happens in Mandalorian, and the one thing that we all agree on, whether you love or hate the things that happen in the Mandalorian, is that the Empire is bad because they have Baby Yoda-sized handcuffs.
So seriously, like think about it. Like they must have captured many Force-sensitive children, and either turned them toward the dark side or killed them by putting those handcuffs on them. And they were tiny children, so the fact that they had baby-sized handcuffs, it's just like, dude.
Well, that just got even darker than I was taking it. 'Cause I was
Yeah.
just like, oh, it was so cute. Nash was like, they
Yeah.
murdered children.
Yeah, exactly.
Woo! Yeah.
Thank you, Jeff. Thank you, Jeff.
Brilliant.
Wow.
I feel like it should also say the more you know when you have that.
It
going
really, it
across.
needs that. It needs to say the more, I'm sure there's some...
The music implies that, but it doesn't go. And not everyone, and it's not that loud.
I'm sure there's like some copyright reason we can't do that.
Probably.
Yeah, we're probably being shut down as we speak.
I was to say, are we still online on Facebook? Did Facebook
Yeah,
shut
somebody
us
check
down?
Facebook.
No, Spencer just commented, so we must
Yeah,
be
we're
good.
Okay,
still
we're
alive.
good.
Some gigabytes. Yep, we're good.
Oh boy.
But that was fun.
That's why we couldn't air that during Daughters. We would have been double lockdown. Whew.
Well,
Anywho.
thank you guys so much for joining us for these awesome episodes. Like, honestly, I forget how fun they are and how also serious they are at the same time. So it's just really cool to like go back and watch them again. And I'm so glad you two joined me for
Yeah, so fun.
Yeah.
Yes, thank you. Absolutely
And
loved
So
it.
fun.
we miss our buddy Mark Van Olen, but he will be back very, very soon. Taking a night off to
Be our
have some
stand
fun.
Mark. He can be our stand-in Mark. He just
Yes.
angry Baby Yoda.
There you go.
And it's wearing the cuffs. Oh, I forgot you got that. Oh my god.
He doesn't have cuffs. He's cuff free. See, he's got his little training. I can't even. I'm so bad.
That's when he was like attacking the training ball. Okay, yeah, that's right.
He's ready.
Ah.
Mark, that's for you. You can be our angry Baby Yoda.
Yeah, we miss you, Mark. And again, I'm so grateful you guys joined me for a very fun watch along and
Very much.
great discussion. And I'm thankful to all of you guys for joining me and Jamie and Bryce for a fantastic episode.
Thank you.
We will see
Thank
you
you.
guys on, let's see, what we got next. So tomorrow we have the VCN happy hour at 7 p.m. via Zoom. That will come live. And then Wednesday night we have our BGE, Big Gay Explosion,
Big Gay
Celebrate
Explosion.
Pride on the VCN. And and Thursday we have our VCN watch along. We'll go back into Clone Wars and watch some episodes of that featuring Kat. She'll be back on there with the guys, and
That'll be a lot of fun.
definitely. And we have the Jedi Archives on Sunday, so don't miss it. They're wrapping up the Marvel end of the High Republic comics. Fantastic stories. Jamie is very invested too, so it's going to be exciting.
Yes.
Thank
Good-
you, Sherry,
good
for
stuff.
confirming I'm not insane. The Han and Hera episode is an episode, season 2, episode 14.
Ooh, sweet.
All right, I'm gonna have to.
Yeah, it's on
watch that.
Disney
I've not
Plus,
seen
so
that
make
one.
sure you guys watch that. Sweet.
I knew I wasn't crazy. I knew it was real.
Dave
a
says
fever
Kat
dream.
isn't going to know what hit her. Oh my goodness. Kat, brace yourself.
I have a feeling Kat can handle those three guys. No problem.
Easy peasy.
I believe.
No problem.
All right,
Whew.
Rebels. Well, thank you so much for joining us. It was fantastic to see you, and we'll catch you guys next week on Rebels Revisited. May the Force
Bye,
be with you.
y'all.
Take care. May the force be with you.
And also with you.